Coming to you from an unknown location, at the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, bringing you the unknown. Welcome to another spine-tingling episode of Paranormal 411. Your hosts are David Reagan and Jason Scott, and together, they dive headfirst into the mysteries that lurk just beyond our understanding, featuring notable experts ready to share their insights into the world of the strange and unknown. So pull up a chair, pour a cup of something warm, and prepare to be enthralled. Here at Paranormal 411, we're not just a radio show, we're a community of truth seekers, adventurers of the mind, exploring the boundaries of the known and unknown. We invite you to join us, to share your thoughts, your experiences, your questions. Whether you've had your own encounter with the supernatural or you're simply intrigued by the inexplicable, we want to hear from you. So, don't be shy. Drop a comment and let's unravel the mysteries of the universe together. Buckle up as we journey beyond the veil of the ordinary, into the heart of the extraordinary. This is Paranormal 411, where the inexplicable meets reality and imagination takes flight. Stay tuned and remember, in the world of the paranormal, nothing is as it seems.
All right, welcome.
Welcome, everybody.
We are back. It's
Thursday. Woo!
Yes.
Got a great guest.
Yes, we do. We got a good guest
And
today.
he's in studio.
In studio.
We had to send him like trail pictures of how to get here. It was pretty rough.
I don't see I remembered that combination.
I know. Yeah, that combination to the lock to get in here is rough. It's encrypted and everything. So
We got Stephen Watson with us.
yeah, it's gonna be a great night. Remember, everybody, we are on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at Paranormal 411. Saturday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are on 99.1 FM, WDJY, if you're in the Metro Atlanta area. And if you're not in the Metro Atlanta area, that's all right. You can still listen at WDJYFM.com, or you could go to paranormal411.org, click on the link and listen. We're also on what radio station do you remember? In Denver. And then we're also
98.2.
Yeah. Then we're also on a TV station in California. So yeah. So
I think it's San Francisco or San Diego.
San Diego, I think. San Diego. So definitely check us out. We're also on all of your favorite podcast platforms. We are on live right now on Facebook, YouTube, X, right? And paranormal411.org. So if you want to see us, see this made for radio face, you could definitely check us out at any of those places. Right, Jason?
Oh, yeah.
Join us.
Hey, if you're watching, comments.
Please comment, like,
subscribe, share.
Yeah. It'll help us out. The algorithm loves it.
Yeah. Remember.
Oh, man.
About forgot.
Remember, the new book comes out Saturday, East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore, edition 2.
Grab your hardback cover on Amazon.
The hardback cover, man, this is beautiful. I mean, it really is nice. We're pretty happy with it. And, but yeah, definitely Amazon, East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore, edition 2. Check it out.
Check it out.
One. You need it.
So we got a great guest tonight. We got Stephen Watson. He's a dedicated researcher and investigator at Arcane Discoveries, which I think he founded. His deep-rooted connection to his hometown in Tennessee. At the age of 29, he has spent his entire life exploring the vast expanse of the Cherokee National Forest in Tellico Plains, engaging in activities such as hunting, fishing, hiking, and camping. That's about all you can do up there anyway. But I love it.
Yes.
So Stephen's work primarily revolves around documenting and investigating a wide range of phenomena, from paranormal encounters to Bigfoot sightings to historical events and local folklore. His experience spans across Monroe, McMinn, and Polk counties, where he has collected numerous stories and personal encounters. And we have been out with him on a little investigation we had
Yeah.
at the Googie Booger. So we're gonna bring him on. You get to see his face here. How you
Woo.
doing?
I'm doing good. How are you all?
Good.
Doing good. Glad you got to be here.
Yes.
I'm glad to be here finally.
Yeah. It was nice to have you in studio too.
yeah,
That's
definitely.
awesome.
Oh yeah.
Undisclosed
Yeah,
location.
undisclosed. Had to pass through the Coochie Booger to find
Yeah,
him off to get here.
That's weird that you went through there just to get here.
Yeah, like I said, I had to dip off towards my house, and
Might be an
GPS.
omen.
It might be. You never know.
There's that button.
Perfect. Perfect timing.
So you investigate in Tellico a lot?
Yeah, I would love to a lot more than I do. But yeah, my main place is Tellico. Tellico's home. I've always grown up there. That's been my place to be. I've been all over that mountain. From the bottom of the river to the top in the North Carolina. I've been all over it.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a lot of sightings and stuff up through there.
Yeah, and I didn't know that till I started getting into this.
Really?
Subject. Really, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I had a talk with my granddad, and I said, well, Papa, what do you think about this subject? He said, well, hell, son, if we've been in the woods, we should have seen that big old thing. I said, well, you may be right. Maybe it's been there, we don't know. I mean, we've had, looking back, I've recalled a lot of stuff that was weird.
Yeah.
That could be possibly explained now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, Tellico's home.
Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, because, we used to go there, well, more down this side, but go over there and go, every year we'd go camping for a whole week. And it's a special place. It's awesome.
I lived over there for 2 or 3 years off, it was off Reagan Valley Road.
Oh yeah. No, right. Where's that?
On that road, there's an old farmhouse down there that is really haunted.
That's what I've heard.
I've never been to it, but I lived about 3 miles from it down that road. So
I've always wanted to be in it. I remember going by it as a kid. And that was one thing my mama said, don't you go to that house. Don't you go there.
Come on, Mama.
Yeah.
We always want to go where we're not supposed to go.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a draw.
Yep.
Don't that road run into Ball Play Road?
In a way, yeah. Right down here. It's been a while since I've been down it, but it goes off and veers off in that big valley somewhere.
Yeah, and that's where that video surfaced with the Bigfoot. And that's the best video I've ever seen.
In this area.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. It's awesome. I wish we would have got to do more, but we will here real soon.
Yeah.
We're see that box over here?
Yeah.
We're going to be putting together our own SLS camera.
Oh wow.
And we're going to video it, tell people how to do it, show people how to make your own.
Right.
Because you could buy one and it's like $500.
Oh,
or you can make one and it's less than $2.
Really?
Yeah, and I think SLS should be used in encrypted hunting.
Yes.
Especially
I
Bigfoot.
agree. I think that would be a very good tool down in what is Jeffrey's Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jeffrey's Hill.
So
Tell us about that.
Jeffrey's Hill is an old trail. It's trail 105 or 109. I'm not 100% sure. But the legend behind Jeffrey's Hill is that a man by the name of Ebenezer Jeffrey and his famous coon dog Blue were up there one night coon hunting, and him and his buddies they had that area picked out, which is now the bear reserve, so you can't hunt off in there, nothing else like that. So if you go up past Indian boundary and you start off into the Cityco area, and then on the right there's a little pull off that's trail 105, and we actually call that holler right there Monkey Holler. Well, the only reason we call it Monkey Holler is because a guy from up north come camping and he lost a pet monkey up there. And he got up there running around. So we've always called it Monkey Holler.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Ever since Papa told me that story. But anyways, this happened over 100 years ago. But one night they was up there coon hunting like they always did off in that was their go-to spot. Well, it's been blamed on the logging company. I can't remember the name of the logging company that was up at the time, or in the rail yard that was coming through. A fire had got onto the mountain. It was starting to swallow up the whole mountain. Well, Jeffrey and his dogs up there, they're hunting. He's hunting hard. He's treeing and whatnot. Well, his Ebenezer's friends start getting a little worried. They're like, hey, maybe it's time for us to go. And it's been quoted several times. Jeffrey said, I'd rather go to hell than to lose my dog. Now, right here's where the story kind of goes two different ways, but I'm just going to tell it the way I've heard it. So Jeffrey said, I'm going to go look for Blue. I'm going to go get Blue. I'm coming home with him. I'm not leaving without him. His buddy and Jeffrey's buddy said, okay, well, we'll see you tomorrow. Jeffrey walks off down the trail, which is Jeffrey's Hell's Trail, which is, like I said, I think 109 or something like that. He starts off down the trail, going to look for Blue, and his friends leave. Well, the next morning, his friends get up on the mountain to go see if Jeffrey had come out or whatever. No one's seen Jeffrey. No one's heard from him. No one knows where he's been. So they decided to go up there and see if he was up there, maybe sleep somewhere or something like that. Well, they get up there and they get to the mouth of the trail and they see his truck still there, and the mountain had just clearly been burnt to char. And then they're standing there. Here appears a dog. It was Blue. His famous coonhound, blue tick, Blue, showed right there at the mouth of the trail. He started barking and yelping like he wanted them to follow. So what they do, they follow Blue off down the trail. Well, Blue's just tailing it down this trail, and they're having a hard time keeping up with him and everything else. Blue disappears. And Blue disappears in the small opening of there's a very small cave off there. It's kind of, if you know where to look, you'll see it. But it's real grown up and everything. But they come up on this cave, and Blue was gone. But there was a smell of burnt flesh coming from the cave. So it's the legend goes, Jeffrey burned up on that mountain looking for his dog. So excuse me, but there's a lot of stuff that happens up there. I've been up there numerous times, and you'd be going down that gravel road and you'll hear a dog barking in the distance. You'll hear an old man hollering, Blue, come back, Blue, and then you'll hear him hollering.
Wow.
You ever seen the Brown Mountain Lights? Okay.
Yeah.
That's every once in a while. I've maybe seen them 2 or 3 times. You'd see something sort of like that off in the bottom of the holler. You think the holler was on fire. When you go to it, gone. It's just gone.
Wow.
It's actually flashing like an actual fire would.
Wow.
So yeah, Jeffrey's Hell is a pretty, and plus down in Jeffrey's Hell, you got the Black Mountain Monster not far, which is described as a Bigfoot, or as Janice Carter calls him, the grumpy man of the mountain. Yeah. So there's a lot going off in that bit of holler up there.
Really?
A lot. I've had a game ward chase me out one night thinking I was coon hunting up there. And we had a conversation out there on the side of the road. He said, well, I hear your dogs off there. I said, buddy, all mine's in my truck right now. Well, I run into him 2 days later. He said, that wasn't you. I said, then what was it? I'd rather not say.
That's old Blue.
That's exactly what I said. It's old Blue and Jeffrey.
We need to go up there sometime.
Yeah.
Man, you are a great storyteller. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was good.
Need more.
I've got, see, when I growing up, we used to sit down at the Hardee's in Tellico.
Yeah.
And I used to sit with old men.
Oh,
the women had their little table and they sit at. Well, I sit with the men. Son, you're talking about stories coming out of them guys' mouth and the lessons, lessons you would learn.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's where I get all my stories and stuff.
We lost our Hardee's.
Yeah. It shut down.
As I get older, I'm not going to get the Hardee's to sit at.
No.
I don't know. I think they all moved to Food City.
Yeah.
I think they all went to the Food City.
There's a couple I see at McDonald's, but
yeah. We got to find some place to go.
I know.
Yeah. That's even where I heard about the Fireball Coke Creek Mountain. You ever heard that story?
No.
I don't remember the feller's name, but there was this 2 brothers that lived up on Coca Creek. Excuse me. But they lived up on Coca Creek, and they would walk what's now 68 into town to go to work and stuff like that. Well, one of the brothers died. Well, after he died and his other brothers started walking to town, he would notice every now and again there was this big ball of fire rolling down the road right behind him into town. And then sometimes when he's walking back up, he'd be right there rolling right behind him. So it was Fireball, Coke Creek Mountain.
That's
Wow.
cool.
Yep. And then all the Bigfoot story. I took a witness statement from up here not too long ago about a guy he was working on some land up there with a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And, Coke Creek's pretty good about mining gold.
Right.
Mhm.
I need to be a little closer, by the way.
That sounds good.
You're
I'm
good.
just making
Yeah.
sure. But Coke Creek's known for having panning for gold and stuff like nothing major,
Right.
unless you find the gold that's probably stashed up there.
Yeah.
There's a nurse story about that.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
hidden gold up
The
there.
hidden Spanish gold. Yep.
Yes.
But anyways, they were up there clearing some land off, and they had some weird noises coming through their little camp they had set up. Well, one night it said it sounded like a herd of horses come running through their camp, smacking the side of their little trailer, everything else. It said it was running so hard it was shaking their little camper back and forth. And
Wow.
that happened for 2 nights in a row. And that probably happened maybe a couple years, 2-3 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. And they're not far up above Buck Bald. So and here's the crazy part. I've been all over Tellico Mountain, some Coca Creek, but I've never been to Buck Bald.
Really?
I don't know. I just ain't never been. But I'd like to go and try. I got an experiment I have in mind that kind of come from Skinwalker Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to figure out how to put together a broadcasting thing.
Oh, so you're trying to say if you could broadcast through the...
Yep. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to broadcast it hurts through the sky and see what happens.
Right.
It's me and Greg, a buddy of mine that is with me with Arcane. It's his big idea, and I'm trying to figure out how to put it together, because I'm thinking you're going to get into your ham radios and you're going to, gonna need a license for that and everything else. So I've got to figure out the logistics of it.
You know the hertz that you're trying to hit?
1.5. Well, actually, it's 1.5 gigahertz. That's the goal.
Right.
I got to figure out how to get there.
What was that on Skinwalker Ranch? 1.6.
It's 1.5. It's the same. Whatever the frequency is they're using.
That's like a communication frequency.
Well, what's crazy about on the Skinwalker Ranch is that they've done research and they've shown where that has come up in multiple places across the world.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
When it comes to these UFO experiences and things like that, we'll say phenomena because we don't really know what it is,
Right.
but I mean, that'd be fun.
Me and him, we got to talking about. We figured that would be a pretty good location. How wide open it is.
Yeah,
from the pictures and stuff I've seen.
Yeah.
So you never know what could happen.
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think so too.
Now I knew a guy from Cleveland. He was an older guy, and he talked about this. It was probably in the early 1900s or 20s, 30s, maybe. There were some kind of camps in Tellico that I can't remember what he called them, but he was from Coker Creek, Farnsworth, all in that area. And he would tell me there's some crazy stuff about the camps and all that area up there. I can't remember. It was some kind of working camp where they trained.
It was like a work camp. They were help building that road as well,
Yeah.
and all the other, trying to develop the area because that was in the early. I was trying to build the original bridge that we knew
Right.
at Ball River Falls and other stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So even my papa was part of the crew that helped build the Skyway Road. So
Okay.
that's probably what that was.
Yeah.
But Coke Creek's weird, very weird. I don't like going up there a whole lot, but it's very weird. A lot of weird things happen with Bigfoot and just cryptids in general. Not a lot of dogman stuff, but a lot of Bigfoot and paranormal up there, up that way.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been
We've got to
to
do it.
Yeah. Where the massacre took place, the French?
I have not. I know where it's at. I know where kind of an area where it's at, but I have not been personally.
Yeah. I'd like to go there. Where they massacred all those Indians.
Mm-hmm.
You know what would happen? The same thing that happened when we went to down here in Chickamauga. Same thing. I'd be getting those feelings again.
Oh, I guarantee it.
because we went to Chickamauga, and when we got there, felt like someone put a 100-pound weight on my shoulder, and I saw a guy in a Confederate uniform
Yeah.
waving at me,
Wow.
and yeah, but I've seen ghosts my whole life,
Yeah.
so it's not nothing new to me,
Mhm.
and they look like I'm looking at you.
Right.
So half the time I have to ask somebody, "Do you see that?" Because they look so real.
Right.
And they always have since I was a kid. I started seeing them at the age of 3.
Right.
And so they look so real. I have to ask someone, "Did you see that?" Just so I could make sure it wasn't someone actually there, you know?
Yeah.
And but when I saw him, I was like, "Yeah, this is awesome."
Right.
But I got sick there. I
Really?
got sick. Yeah, I was sick for what? The whole time we were there.
Yeah.
I was sick.
Till we got left.
Yeah. When we left, that feeling kind of left me.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like the air was thick
Oh, wow, yeah, I guarantee it.
and I could just feel the place. It was weird.
Oh, yeah. Well, on that note, I've got a little speaking about Coca Creek and maybe some paranormal, some things that happened in my early life you'd like to hear.
Oh yeah.
So, where my grandparents used to live is at the very bottom portion of Coca Creek Mountain, but it's on a little other different little side road, Beatty's Chapel Road, actually.
Okay.
They don't live there no more. But growing up, and even my mom and other families, there's been a lot of dark stuff happen on this property, like a lot.
Really?
First off, you got my, let's see, what would have been first? Yeah, would have been my grandfather, my papa's brother, middle brother. He got in a very bad way. They said he was very ill-minded. He actually hung himself out there on that property.
Oh,
Papa showed me right which tree, which branch it was.
wow.
And then my granny, my great grandmother, something happened there to where she got there's a name for it now, but back then they didn't know. She would sit there and she would just kind of wiggle and couldn't sit still, couldn't keep her mouth closed, couldn't really make good sentences.
Yeah.
They couldn't figure out what it was. Well, my papa's brother is that faith that they do everything but handle snakes.
Oh.
Yeah, so they speak in tongues and the pores and stuff like it. Well, they come out there and anointed the house and everything, and it didn't work. They even tried that with my great grandfather when he died right there between the two houses. Just fell over with they say a heart attack, but they really didn't know. And they tried prayer's very good. Prayer's a big good thing, and that's what they tried to keep him around with, but it just didn't work. And then on that same property, I'm trying to think of the best way to put this. My mother had an incident with another family member in a bad way. I don't know if you catch my drift in a way, but I don't want to go into too much detail about that.
Yeah.
So a lot of dark family coming from there. Even my mother, she would have nightmares of a creature she would always describe it with coon hands. It was black, but had coon-like hands. Would drag her out of the bed into the closet. And it was bad enough to where she kept having these nightmares. My papa took her out of that room and put her into another room. Then that incident happened in that other room.
Wow.
So, and then fast forward a little while, me and my sister come along, and I was probably 6 or 7, somewhere around in there. And you come out of the living room into the kitchen den area, and then there's a hallway to the back bedroom. I come through there just playing like a little kid, running through there, hollering, screaming.
Yeah.
I decided to stop and look down the hallway. So I looked down the hallway and I just made this face like I was screaming, but I didn't actually make nothing verbal.
Right.
At the end of the hallway, in the doorway of my mom's room, this cloud appeared in the doorway. It appeared and it just kind of swirled, but it scared me so much I ran away. I didn't know what to think of it.
Yeah.
Sometime later, I don't know, this wasn't the same day, I got brave. I decided to do it again. I sit there and watched it. You ever seen Harry Potter when they do that little spell and shoot something up there and the skull of the snake comes out?
Yes. Yeah.
That's sort of what it was. I did the face, the skull appeared, and when the skull, the cloud appeared, I'm sorry, I'm going to hit myself. The cloud appeared, it opened up down the middle, and the skull came out with its mouth open.
Wow.
And as soon as it came, it was just gone. Didn't know what to think of it. Kind of find out, my sister was, when she was a kid, was looking down the same hallway into the same bedroom. Said a creature was peeking at her around the corner of the door frame. It
Wow.
scared her. She ran away. She comes back again, and this creature is standing in the doorway. I said, well, what did it look like? She said, it had coon-like hands, was black and furry.
What?
And she said, I sit there and look, and this gave me kind of cold chills.
Yeah.
Talking about it. I said, well, what happened? It lunged at me. I said, what happened when it lunged? She said, just disappeared. As soon as she said it lunged at her, just disappeared, gone, quick as it came.
That's crazy.
You would walk into that room. My mom was, had her bedroom. It was like a purple with white carpet. When you walked in there, it's like the everything around you was vibrating. It didn't look normal. From the hallway, it looked fine, but when you walked in there, it never did look normal. And even that house is gone. Stainless steel appliances burnt, melted, gone in a fire that happened. Can't explain it why. I did fire and rescue for a few years.
Mhm.
I've never, my personal self, had never seen stainless steel appliances melt like these were. Just gone.
It had to be hot.
Yeah, had to
Yeah.
be very hot.
Yeah.
And see, when I got in touch with Eddie and was over one night with him, there's a guy telling me there's a Cherokee legend of one that comes around and dances to dance the fire off of them, but whatever that fire touches, it just destroys. So a lot of dark stuff on that property. A lot of dark stuff. So
that's interesting.
That's
interesting.
I would love to go over and sit right in the middle of that property. Of course, it's still owned by my family.
Is it?
I'd like to go over and just sit with some type of equipment to see what happens. Funny thing is, there's a lot of dark stuff that's happening around there. The neighbors across the road, one of the boys is dead. I grew up with him. Got in a bad way. He's dead now from drugs or whatever. The other, his brother, is sitting in prison for the rest of his life for slitting old boy's throat right in the front yard. It's very dark. I don't know why. My grandparents, don't get me wrong, they're very good people.
Right.
My papa wouldn't hurt a fly.
Right.
Would not whatsoever unless he had to. But there's just this dark entity there. I don't know what it is. I want to find out.
We need to go investigate.
Yeah. See, my cousin bought it, and she was going to put a house there. But the story is, she didn't really explain it thoroughly. But she said something happened when she went out there to look at it. She never did build there.
Wow.
Yeah. And the old house that used to be there was my grandparents. We used to see faces in the windows. My papa bulldozed that thing down.
Really?
Sure did. So I kind of think a lot after that is when a lot of activity started kicking up. So,
usually when you do stuff like that,
Right.
usually kicks up a lot of paranormal activity.
oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
construction.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we need to go there.
Yeah.
I
we
think that's over. Yeah.
We'll bring some cameras, some SLS and bunch. We've got. I even carry sage everywhere I go.
Oh yeah.
So
Not a bad idea.
I'm really good with sage.
And of course, that port of Tellico is part of the Overhill community of the Cherokee.
Yep.
A lot of my family was Cherokee, and a lot of them that was there a long time ago were Cherokee. Like when I did my ancestral dig, a lot of my papa's side I cannot find records on until they took a Christian name.
Right. My grandfather, my dad's dad, was full-blooded Cherokee.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think that's why I get in some of those places and get connected.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah. So
definitely. But it's a very dark, it's now looking back.
I guess I'm chopped liver. Scott Irish.
Yeah.
Scots, Irish.
Yeah, I'm a mix of Cherokee, Scott, and everything else myself.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to take a break?
Sure. Yeah, it's that time already.
Yeah, that time.
Man, that sucks.
Yes.
We're just barely started. And remember, we got a new book Saturday, East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore, edition 2.
That is an awesome cover, by the way.
And it's nice.
Yeah.
It is pretty, isn't it?
It is. I love it. I love it.
Saturday, it'll be out and ready for you to purchase. Everybody that got a pre-release copy, please write a review for us. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody that we sent PDF copies. We sent a bunch of PDF copies out so people could help proofread and stuff
Right.
for us. And we ask if they would please write a review.
Right.
Amazon lets us, or lets anybody that does that, write a review and stuff for it. So please write a review. But we definitely appreciate it. And Jason and I put a lot of time in that book. And
Yeah.
5th iteration.
Mhm.
We got this one and had to revise it one more time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because there's things about it that we had to fix, but it's a labor of love. It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, they kept saying to me, well, you got to fix this. You got to fix that. Every 2 or 3 days, I was fixing something. Finally, it says, ready for release.
That's right.
Sweet.
Yes. Remember, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, X at Paranormal 411. Tonight we are live on paranormal411.org. We're live on Twitter, X, Facebook. What else, Jason? That's it, isn't it? Oh,
Nice.
Spreaker. We're also live on Spreaker too. So now Spreaker is a radio, so it's not no video there.
Right.
But yeah, you can definitely check us out. We're also on all of your favorite podcast platforms.
Definitely recommend.
Yes. Every Saturday night, you could find us at WDJY FM. That is 99.1 FM in Metro Atlanta. You could find us if you're not in Metro Atlanta area. You could also go to WDJYFM.com, listen to us, or you go to paranormal411.org, click on the link. Oh, Jason's got the music going. Click on the link and listen to us there. Join us.
All right, we'll be back right after this.
We're coming back.
What if the world we know is merely a fraction of reality? What if there are forces, entities, and phenomena that exist just beyond our comprehension in the shadows of the unknown? Welcome to Paranormal 411, your gateway to the unexplained and the downright chilling. Imagine, if you will, a quiet, sleepy town tucked away from the hustle and bustle of the city. The locals tell tales of a house atop a hill where strange lights flicker and eerie sounds echo in the dead of night. Some say it's haunted, others claim it's a portal to another realm. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain: those who venture there are never quite the same. Or picture this, a clear, starry night in the heart of the desert. Suddenly a blinding flash cuts across the sky, a craft of unknown origin moving at impossible speeds. It hovers, then vanishes, leaving only questions and a sense of awe. Could it be visitors from another world, or perhaps a secret government project? These stories, these encounters with the unknown, are what we love here at Paranormal 411. Our mission? To explore the unexplored, to question the unquestioned, and to shine a light into the darkest corners of the paranormal. We've journeyed through haunted houses and UFO sightings, and into the mysteries of cryptids and psychic phenomena, and pondered the existence of other dimensions. And yet, there is so much more to discover. Paranormal 411 is your guide to the unexplained and the extraordinary. Here we talk about the mysteries that lurk in the shadows of our world, from haunted houses and UFO sightings to cryptids and psychic phenomena. We love to question, to explore, and to understand the unknown. There's a world of mystery out there just waiting to be discovered. So why not join us on this journey into the unknown? Subscribe to our YouTube channel and become a part of the Paranormal 411 community. Together, we can uncover the secrets that the universe holds. Welcome to Paranormal 411. Your journey into the unknown starts here. Join us.
In the heart of Madisonville, Tennessee, lies a pizzeria like no other. Step through the door of Legends and Lore Pizzeria and be transported to a realm where paranormal and cryptid encounters, along with mouth-watering pizza, go hand in hand. Meet Eddie and his crew, who serve up slices of the supernatural along with the best pies in town. With the walls adorned with eerie artifacts, indulge in piping hot slices that melt in your mouth and tease your taste buds. And it's not just the locals who love the incredible pizza. Legends and Lore has been selected as the best pizza joint in all of Monroe County. As lovers of everything pizza and the paranormal, the owners have mastered the art of crafting unforgettable combinations that will leave you wanting more. To stay connected with this mystical eatery, follow Legends and Lore Pizzeria on Facebook, where tales of their latest creations and upcoming specials will be shared. Make sure to browse their custom menu, featuring legendary pizzas like the Chupacabra Ranch and The Exorcist. So, whether you have an appetite for the supernatural or simply seek the best pizza in town, Legends and Lore is the place to be. Come for the unforgettable flavors, stay for the captivating stories, and find yourself in a world where legends and pizza collide.
Get ready to rock with the electrifying sound of Catalyst, a band that's sure to leave you wanting more. With their powerful lyrics and killer riffs, Catalyst is a great sound in the world of rock music. You can listen and find Catalyst on Bandcamp, or go to the link at paranormal411.org and click on their banner.
All right.
We're back.
We are back after
See?
that good music.
6 minute, 1
second.
second break.
That was Catalyst.
That was Catalyst. We want to thank Catalyst. We haven't thanked them in a while.
No.
Thank our friends Catalyst from East Tennessee here for letting us play all their music and everything.
I have to look them up. That was a pretty good song.
Yeah, they're hey,
Oh man, that's one of his new songs.
before you leave, remind me. I got a CD I
CDs,
could give you.
Oh, okay, sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, we're supposed to be giving them out, but we haven't done it in a long time. We used to do like a lot more of call-in stuff, and we'd do games and stuff, and people could win CDs and shirts of ours and all kinds of stuff. So, also, while we're here, before we start real quick, good friend of ours is going to be doing a talk this Saturday, right?
Oh yeah, Matt.
Mr. Matt Sieber is going to be up in Cedar Bluff talking some Bigfoot, some Sasquatch.
Yeah, at the some library.
The library up there.
If we was prepared, we would know the name of it.
If I was a good friend, I
go
guess I
to
would.
Matt Sieber's Facebook page and it's on there.
Yeah, that's East Tennessee.
2 p.m.
Yep, we're going to be there.
Yeah,
we're going to show it. So remember, we do have a book. I want to show this to you 100,000 times. Saturday,
get it.
Saturday, buy the book.
If you don't like it, or if you do like it, leave us a good review. And
still need a 5-star review.
If you don't like it, just leave us a good review.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
no, I mean it's just a neighborly thing to do,
right?
Before I even buy it, I'm going to leave a good review.
So back to Stephen.
Yes.
We're
What's
going your Bigfoot.
Yeah, the one we
Okay.
was talking
Yeah.
about during the break.
All right. So it's taking minutes, I guess, kind of get comfortable. So, because there's a kind of a two-part thing to this. So back in 2012, one morning I decided to get up and go do some deer hunting. And normally, if anybody knows me, I was always with my papa hunting. It's always me and him. Never went without him. Never went by myself. But this, what he's 70, he's 76 now. He retired from logging, but actually went back because he missed it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just past couple
Wow.
weeks. Yeah, 76-year-old just quit logging, then had to go back because he missed it so much. That's all he's done all his life. But anyways, he had to work this one particular weekend or Saturday, and I thought, well, weather's going to be pretty good, so I'll get up and I'll go. So I get up that early that morning, go out there and do my thing. Pull. It's kind of hard to explain where it is. I can show you.
Mhm.
It's just the one of them old pull offs up there as you go up the mountain before you get to Indian boundary. But I pulled off in there that morning and nothing out of the normal. Loaded all my stuff up, walked the trail. From where I was hunting, the logging road kind of ends back there a little bit of ways.
Mhm.
So I went further than the logging road to sit down because I had been scouting that area from the previous seasons and bear and hog seasons being back in there. And I thought, well, I'll go on back here and sit down and see what I could come across. So it's probably a total like 5.5 miles, maybe 6. So I got in there about a 45 minutes to an hour before daylight, got set up, got comfortable. Today, I don't know how exciting this is because there's a lot of like 6 hours I'm sitting against a tree doing nothing.
Right.
So there was a lot of good sign in there for a big buck.
Mhm.
So I decided to sit and wait. A couple does come through, but if I shot one of them, I'd been thrown underneath the pen up there at that time. Big old hog come through. Probably should have shot him, but I was not going to drag that big sucker out by myself. But I'm just sitting there, nothing out of the normal. Mountains at my backside. And I kind of just checked my time and I thought, well, I guess it's time to start easing out. Excuse me. So I pack up my stuff and I start to ease out. I'm probably a little over halfway out and I hear this big twig snap up to my right, up on the little ridge line that's above me to my right. I just kind of stopped and looked and nothing out of the normal. I thought, okay, well, I'm just going to keep on walking. Thought maybe a deer, something's coming down and whatnot.
Mhm.
Started walking again. And then as I'm going down through her, I'm starting to hear this little like kind of like shuffles. It's just shuffles / steps in a way, but it's walking as I'm walking. And as I stopped, it stopped. And I thought, huh.
Mhm.
At the time, I have heard like the Patty film or stuff like
Yeah.
that, but nothing like Bigfoot like I'm into now.
Yeah.
And I thought, all right, there's a black bear up here on the side of the hill. He's probably hungry. He's probably smells the honey buns in my backpack or something, or smells me one. He wants something.
Yeah.
I thought, all right, well, maybe
Honey
this is,
buns.
maybe this is a bear or something. So I start getting loud and I'm like, hey, bear, I know you up there. I'm hollering at him, keeping conversation, whistling real loud. And I'm walking down through her and I can still hear it right with me every step I go. So we get a little further down there, and this is going on for about 45 minutes. I walked straight, I would stop here and there, and it was still just right with me. Well, we got to this one point, and I heard another snap, and it was a lot closer. And I started feeling uncomfortable. I thought, okay, you're getting a little too close for comfort. So by then, I took my old Marlin 30-30 off my shoulder. And I never carry my 30-30, anything like that with a round in it because that thing's older than I am and they don't have a safety.
Uh-huh.
So I just kind of cradle carry it. I'm going down through there and I can still hear it. Another twig snaps a little closer. I thought, all right, you're getting a little too close for comfort. So I just stopped. I'm kind of just taking in my surroundings to see what I've got
Mhm.
because all he's got to do is just jump out. He's on me. So I'm like, okay, well, here's what I'm going to do. So there's an opening field right there in the curve of this logging road.
Mhm.
So in that curve, where it's positioned at, whatever this was, had to jump down in this V and then come back up and be behind me when I jump into the field.
Mhm.
I thought, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to jump through this little ditch, get into the field. He's got to come up and he's going to come out behind me. I'm going to flip around, see if I can get eyes on him. So I get up through there. I pick up my pace. It picks up its pace. By the time I hit the ditch, I done racked around getting ready because he sounded like he's going to get me because how close and how rustling it was. So I jump the ditch. I hear it jump down into the V just like I thought it would. I hit the field and I come out to where I can hear where it's directly behind me. And I'm just walking and I'm timing in my head. I say, all right, 1, 2, 3. Flip around because it sounded like it was fixing to just bust through the brush. There's nothing. Not a thing. And I just stand there scratching my head. I'm like, what in the hell is this bear doing? This is just weird for a black bear. I mean, black bear up there in that portion of the mountain don't get very big. They're not like Cades Cove bears.
Right.
They don't get the biggest one I've ever harvested, maybe field dressed. It was at 95, 80, 98 pounds.
Wow, that's little.
Yeah, little, real little. They don't get very big.
Right.
So I'm just like, well, where'd this thing go? So I'm just standing there watching, and as I'm watching the sun, the way the sun's position, it's going down behind the mountain, so it's kind of in my eyes. And I'm looking, I'm just kind of peering through, and there's this tall black figure going across the back of the large thicket, going off down the rest of the V. I thought, oh, I think it's time for me to go. So instead of jumping back on the roadbed, I jump off the holler to my truck. But I get to my truck and I hear what I know now as a wood knock way off in the distance. And I'm like, yep, that's exactly it. I'm like, what was that? You know, at the time, I didn't think nothing about Bigfoot.
Right.
Well, I get in the truck and leave, go home, don't say anything about it. Well, I probably told Papa, like, I had this weird bear follow me, you know? And he said, well, you probably should have shot him. Yeah, I couldn't see it. He always taught me, don't shoot what you can't see.
Right. Yeah.
But anyways, 2 weeks later, we bear season opened up, and we get with all the guys we used to hunt with up there with bear, and we go bear hunting. Well, these guys were out running around and rigging. When I say rigging, they've got their dogs up on top of the box, and they're striking, smelling for bear that maybe crossed the road or something like that. We're riding up down this road that's between Miller Ridge Chapel. I don't remember the exact name of that church. Between there and what we call the TP, which is before you turn to go into Rafter. So we're sitting there and they're struck. They find something struck on, so they turn all their dogs. And these boys, when they turn dogs, it's like 15 at a time.
Wow.
Because they didn't want to go nowhere. Yeah. They would pack more on even if they needed. So
they even had more than 15.
Well, sometimes, yeah. It takes all day around them boys' dogs up. I'm telling you. Yeah. Yeah. But they turned loose, and one of the guys had a couple new pups. He wanted to tie with the pack and see what they would do. And see, back then we had Garmin Astro 320 tracking systems, which had an LCD screen, and you could see it had a tomographic map and everything on it. You could track the dog in real time,
right,
and everything else.
See how far away they were,
and what kind of elevation they're going through, and actually had what branches they were crossing and whatnot. So we're watching them. And you see these two, which was the pups, they break off from the main pack. The main pack's behind the bear. And there was a bear harvest that day. And actually, a young boy that never got one, I actually took him off down there and let him get it. It was a pretty good day. So we harvested the bear.
Right.
Well, we never did catch up with them dogs. We thought, well, we'll get them later. Let's get this bear taken care of. And we'll come back for them. Let them run around, run that spirit out of them and whatnot. So, in the day, we get all the other dogs tied up, but then they're just sorted through and whatnot. And the buddy was like, well, let's go look for these other dogs. Because one of them come back. One of them, we looked at the system. They went down to this portion and they split off. But this one stayed, and it stayed. Never did move. We don't know if it slipped a collar or what had happened. But the other dog left, and actually we ended up catching him back later. So okay, well, we'll go down there and see if we can find him. So we start tracking off down through there. And we got the systems and everything. We're beeping and we're coming up on it. It's like that dog's supposed to be right here at my feet. That's where that dog's supposed to be. So I'm just kind of looking, and it's an opening down here in the bottom. This little holler. And there's a tree right in the middle center of it. And I kind of look over to my left. There's some brush and shrubbery kind of piled up. I go over and start digging. I'm like, well, that dog's supposed to be like right here. where's it at? I'm looking at the trees or something. I didn't know. I didn't know cougar done took or Black Panther done took it up there.
Right.
But I looked down, and on them tracking collars, they had an orange. This one did. It had an orange antenna with a black tip, a little cylinder black tip. I see it sticking out of the brush. I'm like, what in the world? And I reached down and grabbed it. When I did and pulled it out, there come the dog with it. Dead. It looked like you took that dog and clapped. If you put that dog's head between your hands and clapped and had enough strength to crush its skull, that's what it looked like.
Wow.
And it was buried under bro.
That's a button. That's worthy of a button.
I love that button. But the strangest thing, it was buried under trees and shrubs and leaves.
Somebody didn't want you to see it.
Something said,
Yep.
the other dog said, see ya.
Yep, gone.
And then it was like,
I did a no. I need to cover it.
Might have been a young one, teenager or something, maybe.
Could have been something.
That's crazy.
I mean, I've seen dogs get hit in the head by bears, swat them, and they get cut open, maybe break a jaw or something.
Right.
But nothing like this. I mean, this dog's head was flat as that book right there.
Dang.
Wow.
And that was 2 weeks exactly after I had something stalk me out of the same. If you drew a straight line from where that happened and to where the dog happened, was like a 4-mile straight line. So that's nothing
for one of these things. Nothing.
Yeah.
That's
a hop and a skip. So that's my Bigfoot.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, that thing was squashed. Yeah.
Could imagine.
I just wish I could. Looking back on it, I wish I could have been around that area and just seen what I could have heard. Because Lord knows what that would have sounded like.
Yeah,
I know that sounds terrible, but Lord knows that strength and clap what that could have sounded like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, how much strength, pounds per square inch, would you have to sit there and go and do that?
It's a lot. It's like putting your head in one of them hydraulic presses.
Yeah,
but super fast. Yeah, that's what I would imagine.
Or 2+ tons. Just
Maybe that dog jumped at him and it just went down as hard as it could.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, that dog was flat. He was flat.
Wow.
His whole neck and cranium skull was squished. There's brain matter oozing out of the ears. I don't know if that's too vulgar to be on here or not, but
that's
it's fine.
But that's what's amazing and sad about it at the same time is that did you ever see like what had happened? Like he just went there and then it happened, or could you see like?
Well, what are you talking about on the Garmin?
On the Garmin, yeah.
On the Garmin system, you could tell that they kind of jumped around a little bit, but not like. But this one just kind of stayed there as what we call baying up. So that dog was doing what he was trained to do in a way. It just was doing the wrong thing.
It wasn't a bear.
Yeah, but you could track it real time to where they were at, where they were scuffling around there, and then that other one just darted off in a beeline for the others. So it was weird. I wish I still had that Garmin somewhere to pull that up and show you just kind of how the scuffle was right there, because it's just like I said, they was just right there. So, and I asked my papo that and everybody else looking back. I said, "What do you think that really?" Oh, it was a bear. Papo, come on.
Bears don't go like that.
Yeah, bears. We've seen it.
they do that.
Yeah. The boy that had it happen to, I ain't seen him in so long. I would love to talk now that I'm into this subject. I would love to ask him, "What do you think happened to your dog that day?" He'd probably tell me the same thing.
Yeah, it was a bear.
It was a bear.
Yeah, it was just a bear killed it.
Yeah, big old bear squatted its head.
That's
Pope's not Catholic either, is he?
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's insane.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yep, and that happened, like I said, off there in the TP area. So in the TP area and rafter area is actually what I've been told as a dogman territory.
Really?
But I know from growing up in rafter, I used to coon hunt a lot around the outskirts of the lake because that was right on the edge of the bear reserve, and you could hunt that, and it was good coon hunting. It was always real weird. I hated being in there by myself or at dark. I really did. Well, I was talking about this to a buddy today. Me and my wife, when we were just started dating, our very first date, we got up there and was riding around, riding through rafter, was go out by the deer farm and everything, come out there in the bottom, and just be bopping down through, and all of a sudden you hear something smack the top of the truck. I'm like, and I bow up and stop. I thought a snake or something fell, or a branch or something fell on top. Nothing. I don't know what it was. Still can't figure it out this day. Me and Hertz had another incident like that where we went off and parked and something picked the back of the truck up. It's like something just kind of tugged at it.
Wow.
Weird, very weird.
A lot of dogman reports, the ones I've heard, is always attacked a car.
Yep.
I mean,
well, Susan, that one was chasing a vehicle when they passed it. So
yeah, that's crazy.
Then you've got the Land Between the Lakes, which is in the book, everybody.
Yeah.
Stories about Land Between the Lakes, and there's all kinds of deaths and stuff that's happened
a lot
with Land Between the Lakes. So that's a fascinating subject.
And that's something I've been trying to dig off in Tellico, like how much of some things like this has happened, but no one's talked about.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I can't get no answers. Nobody want to talk. You ask these older generation people, oh, you're crazy.
Yeah.
It's like it's like my papa and I had this conversation the other day. He said, we was talking about it, Bigfoot stuff. He said, son, you too much in that gum internet and this, that, and the other stuff like that. And I said, oh, but you're the one that called me a few nights ago wondering what the howling was outside your house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wonder what is this?
And it's not too far from where Eddie showed me a print they captured down there. I think y'all may show down here, down there in Mount Vernon area.
The one that was in the
this one was in the mud.
And was it where we was talking about when they was on about them being,
I think so,
over in that cemetery area?
No, I don't think it's a cemetery.
Okay.
Maybe this one he didn't talk about. Maybe I wouldn't say nothing. I don't
know. It's all right. Eddie has told me so many stories over the years.
Yeah.
That I'm just like, like he has a ton of stories.
Like he broke the thing to me about feral people up in the mountains. I'm like, come on, Eddie. I believe in Bigfoot, but feral people up here, come on. Don't kill it for me. Which it could very well be.
It could be, or I think, back in the day, you had multiple names for Bigfoot.
Right.
You had Whistlejack, you had Old Man of the Woods, all these Wild Man of the Woods and stuff. Yeah. And so why wouldn't, in my book, and I'm not saying that there couldn't be wild feral people up there. I'm open to anything.
Right.
But to me, why couldn't it just be another version? Why couldn't that be another version of someone's Bigfoot?
Right, exactly.
Like Coochie Booger.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Every little area has their own little name for this booger man that lives in the woods and stuff.
Right. It's like my other granddad. He always used to tell me, he warned me about the wood boogers down in McMinn County and stuff like that.
And that's another name, right? Yeah. Wood booger. That's it. Yeah.
Very careful in wood boogers. They'll get you.
Yes.
So in the place used to coon hunt down there towards and between Polk County and Etowah was a place where a BFRO's got a report of where the one come up to the door and was looking in the door. I used to hunt around that.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and that happened back in the 70s, early 80s, something like that.
Right.
So, yeah.
We've got a few stories of some stuff that happened around in East Tennessee in the book. It's pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
I find Bigfoot a fascinating subject.
I do too.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
It's such a large creature. It's so elusive. It just blows. It's the curiosity gets. It's like I told my wife, I said, I would love to figure it out. Do I want to see one? Not really, because I love being in the woods. Right. I don't really. So I really don't.
A lot of people who have encounters in the woods, a lot of them don't never go back.
Oh no,
it's done. They're done. Yep. They don't hunt, fish, nothing anymore.
Right. Yeah, that's like an old guy I met one time at probably a bar. He told me about a story up at he experienced behind Ball River Falls. Him and a friend were up there ginseng hunting, and he stopped ginseng hunting after this. They said this. He called it a female. He said he could see the breast and everything. She said it came from like the right side of the falls was going left. And so when it hit the sunlight, it just kind of like glistened, sparkling and everything. And it just walked off in it. So And one thing that gave me light to that story, because this was back a long time ago, there used to be a particular bad sign sitting up there on the river road, and he told me about that sign. I'm like, okay, well, you may be onto something. So
I know I used to ginseng a lot back in my younger years, but it was up in Crossville.
Yeah,
that's where I'm from.
Ramps.
Never dug ramps up there. Yeah,
it's not good.
Yeah,
it's not fun. You go up there and dig in things, you come home smelling like it. All it is old wild onions.
Wild onions, yeah.
They're terrible.
Yeah. Used to walk the whole day back in the woods, up in Black Mountain and all that up and through there. But it was weird. I've never had any experiences out there.
Right.
None. It was just always just quiet. Well, I can't say no experiences, because I did run into some illegal pot farms.
Yeah.
And got shot at one time.
Oh Lord.
Over it. But other than that, I mean, it was
right.
It was just us out there ginsenging, me and my uncle.
Yeah, that's what I used to go do with a lot up there.
Yeah,
I hated it at times because he'd let me pick all day, and all I was picking up was hickory roots.
Shoot, I would go in there going, today I'm not going to hunt for ginseng. I'm going to go and get golden seal, because I had seen just huge patches of golden seal.
Right.
I'm going to go dig golden seal all day today. That's all I'm going to do. I'd be walking towards where I knew a big old patch of it was, and I'd see the first ginseng, and that's it. It's like gold fever, man. It's it's there, and you're
I don't know about anymore, but that stuff was bringing about $2,000 a pound.
Yeah.
Time, so
What's the most you ever picked?
I picked one group that was over a pound.
Oh wow.
Now when it dries up, it's about 4 to 1, so 1 pound is about a quarter of a pound. But what was funny is I was walking out in the woods, and I passed a bush. It wasn't, most of those things, 3-4 prongers or something, they'll be pretty good size.
Right.
But this thing come up almost to my waist.
Wow.
Huge. I walked past it and I said, I walked back and I was like, and it was way up on top.
Been there for years.
Yeah. It was over 80 years old, because you could count every year they grow a new stob. And so you could count the stobs on them. It was like 85 years old or something like that.
Oh, wow.
And they don't always grow up every year. Because if the conditions aren't right, they just won't grow that year.
Right.
So it was at least 85 years old.
God.
And it was at the top of a mountain. And so all I did is say, "Where's your babies?" And I start going down, and I'm finding just these huge plants all day long, all the way down where she dropped her berries.
Yep.
They grew, they dropped their berries. They've dropped their berries for 80 something years.
Wow.
And I had,
honey hole.
Yes, it was nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
The honey hole.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what's funny is my uncle had dug for years and years and years and years. He came back behind me the next day. I thought, I got it all.
Yeah.
No, nope. He found tons more.
Yeah.
So it was.
Did you leave stuff for them to regrow?
So there's a season for it, just like hunting.
Mm-hmm.
If you do it out of season, you go to prison.
Yep.
Ooh.
Just like hunting. And the season is that usually it's already buried. Most of the time they've fallen off, but if they're not, they're beautiful little red berries on there. And when you go to dig the root, you just kind of shake those berries off,
right.
Stuff like that. So you always want to replant.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Papa always had us replanting. Either he took them with us and he went back and did it, or we did it right then.
Yeah.
Goddamn ramps. I'm telling you. Mama used to take them things home and cook them.
Really?
She used to cook. See, my mama's from Kentucky.
Yeah.
So backwoods Kentucky, like she says that her neighbor on the other side of the holler was Loletta Lynn. I'm sorry, I can't say that right, but that was her neighbor.
Really?
Her daddy and Miss Lynn's daddy worked in the same coal mine.
Wow.
That was the story. I love my mama to death, but
right.
but all the family says that's what it was. That's where there's at.
I've always wanted to go to that ramp festival.
No,
stinks.
Because
I like onions.
I love onions.
Well, if you like onions, you like this. But
we grow this year. We got our first big onion crop already, and these things are like this big out here.
Yeah,
they're already in the greenhouse over there hanging up. But a lot of them are to dry out.
Yeah, my uncle, when we went, he He'd pick and then he'd eat. Pick and then eat. By the time we get off that mountain, Lord, he was stinking. God,
Smelled like an onion, did
oh yeah. I
it?
wasn't less in the house.
Sweat that onion out.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we did.
That's hilarious.
Well, we got an hour and 4 minutes.
Dang, we went over an hour.
Yeah, and we got some good stories.
We got to do it again.
Yeah.
You gonna do it again?
I've got lots more.
Oh man, we got to do this again.
From haunted bridges, the haunted barns, you name it. The trusses down in Polk County, some really crazy stuff down there.
Really?
Oh yeah.
We got to go out sometime.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we definitely do. I'd like to go down there to trusses and try that again. I haven't done that in a while. Last time I went down there, we had kids go from laughing to screaming at us.
Really?
Yeah, over by the old Higdon Hotel.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Didn't we do something about the old Higdon Hotel before? It sounds familiar.
We were talking about it yesterday.
Was we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff down there.
I knew it was familiar.
But I don't know if we've ever did anything on it.
Yeah. No, we're gonna have to talk about that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We'll have to break out all the stuff. You know, Eddie got talked to. We did a big an investigation. What was it? It's about a month and a half ago, I guess. About a month ago.
A couple months.
Jason's in the middle of putting it all on video.
Yeah.
It's gonna be about an hour long video, I guess. Okay. Caught some really good stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it's at Jason's wife's it's one of their old family homes.
Yeah.
No one lives in anymore.
Yeah.
Haunted.
Really?
Oh, the time before we even finished setting up to go inside the place,
right?
Things were already happening outside.
Oh wow!
I mean, it was just 2 hours nonstop.
My wife's story is in that book too. It's
okay.
Yeah.
What happened to her there?
Yeah, when she was a kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
and it's only going to get worse, not worse, but more of this stuff's going to start coming out for people because how the world's turning.
Yeah.
The veil is thinning.
Yes.
Very thin.
We've had Michelle on that one time where she was talking about the veil.
Michelle
Welch.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a psychic and was talking about that.
Oh yeah. It's thinning pretty big time. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, wrong one.
Oh, you changed it.
I had her set up for me.
That's all right.
Here, do it.
That's all right. That's the wrong one. That's the vault door closing.
Oh,
Jason.
Here we go.
We're not closing the vault door. There we go.
I didn't know we had 3 here.
Yes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we could put all kinds of sounds on here.
I want to thank everybody for listening to Paranormal 411 and watching.
Yes.
You're listening to.
That
We've had
was an old one, Jason.
Yeah. We had Stephen Watson with us. Great guy.
Yeah, thank you for coming on.
Glad y'all had me.
Yeah.
He's from tell him if you got a website or anything.
How they could reach out to you and stuff. Yes.
All right. Well, I do on it. I just do Instagram and TikTok right now. I have a thing called Arcane Discoveries. It's not very active as it used to be, as I'd love it to be. But right now, what I do with it, and we're on YouTube too. We post shorts on their stuff. But what I find odd and weird videos and kind of look at it. And if I think it's weird, or my other partner Greg thinks it's weird, we go, all right, we'll put it out to the public, see what the public thinks about it, and those things like that. So,
okay.
But Arcane Discoveries at TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. Michelle says it's a great show.
Had to have him back on
Soon.
soon.
Yeah. Well, we'll get it back. We'll get something going again.
Oh, definitely. I'll come. I'm like I said, I'm just over the holler here.
Right.
So.
Over Coochie Booger Holler.
Exactly.
Well, we have 2 1-hour show weeks. Then we also have a 2-hour show week.
Okay.
On Saturday. So if you want to do a 2-hour show,
it's whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'm willing to talk.
I think we could get 2 hours. Easy.
I think we could get 6. Remember when we used to do sometimes like
the third hour?
The third hour, we would just
man.
go ahead, just keep on going and do a third hour.
Oh wow.
They
ended.
They wasn't that really. Got a little crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sometimes it would a full party broke out.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, it was a different time. We back then we weren't worried about
Ratings or
we didn't have radio shows we were on. We didn't have any of that stuff. It was just half of it was us talking to ourselves.
Some of the best content you can get.
Yes. So that's
I remember David used to play at a clip from that movie. Most of the shows
I'm
we
mad as
did.
hell.
Yeah,
I'm not going to take
mad
it
as
anymore.
hell, and he's not going to take it anymore.
Yeah.
That was the good old days.
Yeah, we'd have all kinds of crazy stuff. We did a lot of more conspiracies back then
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah.
We stopped doing conspiracies after we got canceled.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they shut us off.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Off.
I've got
Yeah.
one I've been wanting to talk about. I don't know how it's a little out there, but it involves Hitler and Nephilim. There's some stuff I've dug into.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So a little theory I've got. I think he was part of a Nephilim plan.
Mhm.
And he's a part of Nephilim himself. So
Wow.
yeah. That's
Maybe we can talk about that on the show.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah. That'd make a hell of a show.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you again.
Yeah.
David, you ready?
Jason. Yes, I'm ready.
You ready
Yeah.
for your little
My
spiel?
My spiel. You want to talk about my spiel?
Remember, you got to do it by the time the music cuts out.
Well, let me start real quick.
Okay, go ahead. I'll give you a head start.
I used to have it all written up really nice. It was on my screen. I don't know where it like disappeared off my computer.
Right.
It's been here for like years.
You don't need it. You're doing fabulous.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewrite it because it does help to have it visual sometimes. But everybody, East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore, 2nd edition, or edition 2, as Jason says, will be or as the book says, will be out this Saturday. You can buy your hardback copy or your paperback copy. Everybody that got an advanced copy, if you'd please write us a review, we'd love it and appreciate it too. Remember, we're on paranormal411.org, paranormal411 on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Remember, you could find us every Saturday night, Eastern Standard Time on WDJY FM. If you're in the Metro Atlanta area, that's 99.1 FM. If you're not in the Metro Atlanta area, that's all right. You can still listen to us at WDJYFM.com or paranormal411.org. And we're on all of your favorite podcast platforms. Join us.
We'll
Join
see
us.
you next time.
All right. Everybody have a good night.
You did do it before the music came
I
out.
did.